This is a fabulous idea, and this is a vision full of imagination, which is played out in Shanghai Tower. But because of this great idea, it also brings about a very painful and painstaking process. Because previously we haven't heard about the double facade. In order to materialize it, actually took us years of efforts. Of course, very quickly it will be materialized. And actually this is a very painstaking process in terms of the choice of materials and the shapes. In the morning session, Mr. Gu has also mentioned that for each floor, we have to choose 144 panels. That is equivalent to the number of mahjong. And also, at the bottom, and we have also to make a lot of breakthrough and researches. So it took us a huge effort and time. Of course, the final effect is subject to our evaluation after its completion. So maybe, I can share with you some of our preliminary experience inside this building. Because last year, when Shanghai witnessed the temperature up to 40 degrees centigrade, and when the temperature hit 40 degrees centigrade, and the construction workers working on the internal curtain wall told us that actually, except the air is not fully ventilated, they feel cooler working on the internal curtain wall compared with their work on the external curtain wall. After our measurement, we have discovered that the internal wall temperature actually is 5 degrees centigrade lower than the external one. So this actual experience boosted our confidence. It is our firm belief that after its completion and operation, its energy consumption and efficiency can be fully demonstrated. So next, my presentation will be regarding the operation after its completion. According to our schedule, Shanghai Tower will complete its civil works by the end of this year. And after the Spring Festival next year, and our tenants will start to get into the building for decoration. I believe that the same time next year, Shanghai Tower will be open to the public. And 2 years ago at this conference, and also at this year's conference, we have already shared with you a lot of information related to our Shanghai Tower construction and development. Actually, of course, you can see the physical building, and previously we can only share with you these technical figures based on the theories. And of course, we have shared with you all this information regarding how green it is, how safe it is, how environmental it is, how comfortable it is. Then the actual feeling can only be tested after its completion and operation. Of course, in order to achieve the sustainability, a very good design philosophy is very important. The entire construction process is also very important. But we still believe that more importantly, it is our liabilities to operate it well and keep it well. Actually, there are a lot of approaches and different dimensions in terms of the building management. And as mentioned by Mr. Gu in the morning session, ultimately, the building is supposed to build for the people. So on one hand, in the building management, we have to take care of the equipment and also the fixed assets. But secondly, more importantly, we have to provide and render good services for people. There are a lot of dimensions in the building management. In a regular sense, in order to manage the buildings well, of course we have to take care of the equipment and the facilities. We have to arrange the cleaning services for the building and also keep the building in good order, these three dimensions. Of course, there will be more specific items. Today I would like to focus my presentation on 4 specific items. Of course, today I would like to concentrate my presentation on the intelligent building management, safety management, energy conservation, and service management. Besides, we still find some items are still very difficult for us to manage. For example, the parking management and also the vertical transportation, as well as the elevator management. So I will focus on these 4 today. So first of all, related to our intelligent building management, it can be divided into 2 parts. One is the control room. Of course, we can regard this building as a smart city. So during our operation, all the state-of-the-art information-based technologies are available. And in our operation, we hope that we can maximize their roles and to make them play into their play in a coordinated and harmonized way. So that's why we come up with this control room. So you can see the image of the control room. Yeah, of course, it will be better when it is completed. So the control room will finally located in the level B1. Yeah, in addition to the main LCD screen, and we also have around 20 operating stations. And we have also set up the chief commander station behind these 20 stations. So the building operation can be monitored in a real-time fashion. So all the information related to the door access and also the elevator, air conditioners, and also the curtain and the lighting systems can be reflected on the screens of this control room. And of course, it will also control all the mechanical and electrical devices. And if necessary, all these feedback or complaints from the tenants can also be delivered in a wireless or wireline method to the control room. So in order to have a very well-equipped control room, we also have to have a very perfect property management system. So with the high efficiency, we hope that the role of control room can be fully played into play. For example, if one tenant feels the temperature is too low or too high in his room, and he can call or contact his customer representative to give this feedback to us. And once our customer service center and the control room receive this feedback, and the control room can directly adjust the temperature appropriate for this customer. So this is the simplest operation. In case our tenant discovers something urgent in his zone, for example, some problems occurred to the equipment, lights or switch, and the information can also be delivered to our control room. And then our control room can make full use of our wireless control system. And then the control room can track our working staff closest to the problem. And the working staff can also use his wireless terminals. And then we can inform our maintenance and repair staff who will go to the place with problems within the shortest time. So I think that this is a perfect alignment between the management system as well as the technologies. Next is about our BIM system. So during the construction period, BIM has already helped us with better management. Of course, it is a challenge for us to continue to use BIM in our operations. And it also will be a very painstaking process for us to turn BIM from construction period to operation. I think this is only the initial stage that we are going to feel it's a pain, but I believe that it will be very convenient in the future. One of the reasons why we feel painful is that while we are using BIM in our construction period, we haven't made fully consideration of the demand for the operations period. As you all know that during our operational management, the priority will be given to the space management. The destination is that inside the room, because we will only see problems inside the room rather than the problems at some elevation. Because the BIM in the construction period is mainly focused on the problems on the axis or on the elevation. Because in the construction period, actually the problems will be indicated by the coordinate. And in the operation period, actually the problem will be indicated by the space. So we have to consider how to resolve the issue related to the code sharing in one database. So we can do that in the construction period. Because we can use the 3D coordinate for any space. So now what we are going to do is to convert this 3D chart into a spatial code. So it means that in our operations period, any space, any facility, any device can be coded. And all the lifetime and also the manufacturer's information and also the device information can also be input into our database. So through this database, we can convert the information in the construction BIM into the code for operation BIM. So it will take a long time for this work. Second is the safety management. Yeah, in terms of this design, this building is safe. So here we will also take into consideration some external risks. Yeah, first of all, the firefighting management. Yeah, actually we are equipped with sufficient firefighting equipment. Yeah, besides, we have to arrange the evacuation management. So according to our design of curtain walls, we think this super tall building is based on the combination. So we can regard this super tall building into 9 smaller sized tall buildings. So you can see that for each zone at the bottom, we have the facility floor and also the refuge. You can see that one is the floor for the facilities, the other is the floor for refugee. So in emergency, and we can evacuate our people into each refugee floor in order to have better firefighting. And we have also arranged the emergency elevators during the fires. So actually the purpose is to provide services, emergency evacuation for the hotel and also for the observation in order to evacuate these people to the ground quickly. And then is the energy conservation management. So actually the curtain wall and facade is a part of the energy conservation. So actually we also have our intelligent curtain system and lighting system. And we have installed the intelligent curtain for all the internal facade. And depending on different degree of sunshine and lighting outside, and in order to make adjustment between the lighting and the curtain. And we also have the wind and generators on the top. Particularly, let's pay attention to its air conditioning system. So actually, our HVAC is driven by cogeneration, by 3 sources. So first is the cogeneration. Actually, this is mainly driven by 2 diesel combustion engine, and then convert the diesel into the electricity in order to provide heating or cooling. Besides the installation of these engines, so actually our 2 diesel engines as well as our lighting system in the building are directly supplied by our vendors, which have signed the energy management contract with us. With this energy management contract, it means that as a construction company, we don't really need to pay out the cash in advance. So actually these facilities and equipment are provided directly by these vendors in order to ensure its good performance. So for our construction companies, we will purchase their services based on the quantity in our operation. I think for the investors, this is a very good approach for us to save the energy, and also a very good approach for ROI. So actually we have also utilized the ice storage technology, and we have also planned for the air filter. Because the double facade provides us with more spaces for plantation. So the plants inside the buildings can also help us to optimize the air quality. And then it is about the service management. According to our estimation, the service staff for this building will total to around 800 people. So you can imagine that with such a large team, so it will be challenging for us to have very good management and operation of all those assets. So that's why it is our hope that we can make innovation in terms of the efficiency, quality, and the system during our operations.